Alright guys, check this out. So what I've got going on here is I have a recording that I made earlier today of Thief 2014. I was playing it in stereoscopic 3D and I figured Shadowplay's seen a few updates since the last time I played the game. As you may know, I did a Let's Play of this game presented in stereoscopic 3D for the Eincrou Productions Co channel, and I recorded it with Shadowplay until I realized that Shadowplay is actually Shat-o-Play. So let's see if there are any improvements in the problems that I've made a couple of videos about this past summer. Namely, the fact that the left and right eye views do not keep synchronization, and therefore the stereoscopic experience is severely compromised. Let's take a look at this. I've got a 60 FPS recording. I recorded the game at 60 FPS, even though in this area, which was a wide open city area, I was only actually getting like 48, 50 frames per second. So that's a bit of a flaw with this recording, but it doesn't matter for what I'm about to show you. So just ignore that. I've got it in a 30 FPS sequence, and I've slowed it down to 1/4 speed, 25% speed. Mark Tremonti, thank you for your tweets, but no thank you. All right. So we're going to take a look at this frame by frame, step by step. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you. There we go. So I'm just going to step through, and already you can see that I found a frame with a bit of a problem. Like I was saying, the left and right eye views do not keep synchronization, and between frames 11 and 12 in this video, not in the video itself, but in the sequence to be more exact, there is no change in the right viewport. There is a change in the left, but not in the right. And that is, of course, going to result in one of these views is going to be out of sync. I'm not sure which, but one of these views is out of sync, and that's going to produce a very strange looking image in your eye. So let's just keep going along. See, you can see some repeated frames here as I step over. 16 and 17 are repeated. That's because I wasn't getting the full 60 FPS. With the game rendering at 60 FPS, even though I was recording at 60. Let's just keep, oh, here we go again. Another frame where the right eye changes, but the left doesn't. So the previous one, the left changes, but the right doesn't. In this one, the right changes, the left doesn't. And this goes through the entire section here that I've got. If we were to step through this, see, there you go. Change, no change. On the other side. So what I did for this test is I made it very obvious when the frames were going out of sync, and as it seems to be the case here, simply not updating or not being recorded. What happens is that I just do a quick spin, and let me change this to 100% speed. I just do a quick little spin here.
Getting sick.
Because there's so much movement with the camera, the differences between each frame are going to be so large that if there's a problem with the synchronization, it should be obvious. And in this case, it is extremely obvious, with one side of the video not moving at all, not updating, while the other doesn't. And it seems to be that this can happen with either the left eye view or the right eye view. So this is NVIDIA Shadowplay. I made a bug report on the NVIDIA forums, both in the 3D Vision section and also in the GeForce Experience section, which is specific to the GeForce Experience, which Shadowplay is a part of. But barely any response in the 3D Vision section, and zero response in the GeForce Experience section. So this stuff is not going to be fixed until 3D gamers wake the fuck up and decide that they need to get this fixed so that they have an alternative to using FRAPS for their stereoscopic game captures. And for a game like this, a Square Enix published game, which has native stereoscopic rendering in the engine, FRAPS is not even an option. Shadowplay is the only thing that can record the 3D Vision stereoscopic views, and if it's not going to work properly, as we see with this test video that I've taken, it's not an option either. So we need to get Shadowplay to be a viable stereoscopic recording option. I'm glad that NVIDIA bothered to make it record stereoscopic 3D, But seriously, they didn't do enough testing. This needs to be fixed. I'm out.